All right, so now it is time to fly the drone. Let me just hold this so I can use the controller and this at the same time. I don't know if you can see, but I'm gonna launch it and then fly it right in between the trees here. No, I mean, it's a little windy, but it shouldn't be too windy. I'll get a high wind warning if it gets too bad. But I'm just gonna lift it up, launch it from my hand, send it right between the gap in these trees, and then up in the air and take a 360 photo of this beautiful spot here, Pleasant Point. So first, let's start these rotors. There we go. Let me turn it that way. And we're good to go. Right through the trees. Now we're gonna go up. I'll show you in the future when I fly the drone. I'm gonna record the screen on my phone so that way, as you're looking at this in 360, me flying the drone, floating in the air right here next to me will be what I see on my phone screen. That's what I'll be doing in the future. But what I'm gonna do this time is I'm just gonna fly it around. I'm gonna get a 360 photo or two, and then I'll put it through my video editor, stretch it out to 2 or 3 minutes, and then upload it to the channel as a 360 video. It's a photo, but stretched out so that you have time to look at it. And I say, I should be saying it more often. I've only been saying the last few videos. If at any time you see something as you look around in 360 and you just need a few extra seconds or a few minutes to look at that object or that thing in the video or the photo, you can pause the video and you can still move around. So if, like, I'm walking with my backpack and I'm going over a bridge and you want to see over the bridge, but you don't want me to like get to the other side of the bridge before you can look. As I'm walking on the bridge, just pause the video and you can now just look anywhere you want. You can pause it for as long as you want and just look around. And then when you're ready for the video to continue, hit play. So yeah, in the future, just remember that. So anyways, we're gonna fly this around. Right now, it is about 312 feet up, and it's about 268 feet away from me. Legally, I can only fly 400 feet. As a hobby drone, you don't need to register or have a pilot license, but you do need to take, at least in Massachusetts, this trust certification thing. It's a questionnaire that's done by the FAA or one of their recognized qualified places, and you can do it online. But they tell you some information and then they ask you some questions on the information you just read. So they'll say, like, what is the max altitude that they'll say you can fly at a max altitude of 400 feet. And then some other stuff in regards to that. And then at the end of that section, there'll be a question, a three answer question. What's the max altitude you can fly? And it'll be usually obvious, like 400 will be in there somewhere, obviously. Answer B would be like 20,000 feet. And then like answer 3 might be sea level. You know, so it's kind of obvious which one it is. Very easy. It takes about 5 minutes, but you do need to take that. And if your drone is under 249 grams, as long as it's under 249 grams, you take your trust certification. You don't need to get a pilot license or register it or have an identifier, things like that. So just make sure that you follow some of the rules, all the ones that you can, and as long as you're not doing it for money. As long as you're just doing it as a hobby to capture some moments and things like that. But the FAA is pretty tricky, you know. Technically speaking, if you use your drone just to check your gutters to see if there's any leaves in them and you need to clean them out, that's technically for work. That's not a hobby. So if they catch you, they could fine you. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a 360 photo. So what I'm going to do is switch to panorama, go to sphere, there it is, and take it. Now what the drone's doing with its 4K camera is it's taking photos and then rotating the drone, taking photos, the gimbal moves, bing, 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 and then it stitches all those photos together in a 360 degree image. It's actually pretty good because if you think about it, your normal 4K 360, it'll be like 5120 by 21 something. But technically that resolution, that concentration of pixels is stretched across 360 degrees, not just that one direction. So even though a 360 might be 4K, it's actually not at any given spot that you're looking at, because that 4K is not just in a two-dimensional screen. It's actually stretched around your 360. So what the drone's doing is it's taking photos, 4K photos, bink, 4K, bink, 4K, bink, 4K. And after all those, stitches them together. So you actually get really good quality, pretty much true 4K 360 photos. Now, if you use 360 photos for YouTube, I don't know too much of the technicalities behind it, but I'm pretty sure they compress your videos. So if you put up 4K, it's not going to be viewed by the viewers in true 4K. So I really don't know how to explain it. Basically, the quality, you could have like a super high quality video, but it's going to be slightly less quality on YouTube. But there we go. So that just took another one. What I'm going to do is, let's see, 360. Let's look around here. I'll take one. Oh, that's what I'll do. Let me bring the gimbal down and I'll lower the aircraft and we'll get a 360 right here, right above the water. All right, so let me rotate this bad boy around. See, you can't see it in this video, but in the future I will have what I'm looking at on the screen. Now, right now I can see the paths. Technically I can see the drone. It should always be in sight, in line of sight. But if you're like, oh man, you can actually see the trail. You can follow the trail on the screen too from where it came from. All right, so we're there. So what I'm gonna do is lower the drone now. Okay, we're getting there. In a second or two, you may not be able to see it from your perspective, but only because the drone is kind of small, but it'll be hovering like right here. And what I'll do is take a 360 photo right there and I'm waving in it. So that way, when you see that photo, you'll remember this moment when you go to the photo video. And you'll be like, oh yeah, he said he was gonna wave. And we'll do it right now as I talk. Okay, so I am at, I don't want to go full speed because I don't want to kill the battery. We're at 145 feet. I'm trying to, it's right there. I lost track because I was talking. Oh, there it is. All right, so we'll lower this a bit. go this way. Yeah. All right. It's right there. I can see it, but I'm trying to get it lined up. Okay, we'll lower it. All right, so it's literally right there. All right, so it's directly out about maybe 50 feet. So here we go. We're gonna take this, and we're gonna do another 360. Bam. I forgot the wave. Now from out there and the way the sun is, we're kind of in some shade. There's a chance that it might not be able to see us. It's moving around right now, and I'm not really digging that. It just went lower and then up. That's changing perspective. I'm gonna have to do it again. I'm not quite sure why it did that. You know what, let me stop that. All right, let me try that again. All right, so yeah, just bear with me. 14%, 18%. See, it's going like this more than I usually like it to do when it's doing 360. The closer the drone is to something, since it's not a 360 camera, the closer it is to something, you can actually sometimes see some warp in the stitch lines. So that's why with the drone for 360, it's better to be at a distance. It's right above the water. So the water below it, and because it's so close to what it's taking a photo of, when it does move that distance as it's hovering, it might affect the stitching as well. But we'll find out. If it's good, I'll put it up. If not, then I won't. It's 96%, 100. All right. So now time to bring the drone back. We'll get this lined up here. We'll go forward and up. Lower it. I got to be careful because there's branches here. There we go. And I landed in my hand. And there it is. We got some 360 photo. I'm pretty sure one of those, it is a little windy. I'll tell you what, I'll put them up anyways, whether they're good or bad, just so that you can see the photos that we took while I was actually flying the thing. But yeah, there it is. There you have it.